I do want to bring up one thing. DK Metcalf versus Fred Warner. Little DK gets thrown out. Niners player gets thrown out as well, not Fred Warner. Fred Warner says, I just told him he was good at tackling. Do you think that he actually said that?
No, he's a liar. um, honestly, it's getting a little old with DK, who overreacted. And honestly, this is a classic Seahawks, though, is that they get kind of players that maybe aren't the most mentally stable or even keel. And Pete Carroll tries to wrestle them into the fold and goes, all Karate Kid mentor with them. But it's getting a little old. It's getting annoying.
Mm-hmm.
If it were a one-score game still and he did that, I'd be livid. I'd be pissed. I'd be saying we should trade him.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's super talented, it's hard to make up for all the 15-yard penalties he does get from these extracurricular. And if I were his teammate, honestly, I would tackle him.
Yeah.
Like before he got up to go back at him, I would tackle him. Just because it saves me and my team a penalty. Fred Warner deserved to be kicked out of the game too. Not Lenore. Lenore did nothing. Lenore was trying to get the guy off. Was trying to get DK off Warner. So sorry, upsetting.
No, I agree with Dodge on this too. I mean, he did hit DK in the back of the head, which I know DK's had like some neck injuries, but he did suplex him, and then he grabbed his face mask. And you can't say you're like a star level receiver in this league if every week you're getting in a fight with someone, or you're upset because you're not getting enough targets. You didn't feel like, and he needs to clean that up.
Yeah, I need to ask Dr. Eddie what he thinks about DK Metcalf, because this is some bad sports psychology, my guy. He's like you said, the perfect word for it is just immature. Like, if you are a adult man playing football, you should not be having this issue every time. And the fact that like he has even gone to the point where he has to trash talk in sign language, like, bro, just give it up. Like, like you're not learning. You're just trying to find different ways to do it. And it's just I'm not a huge fan of it. I just think he's continually dug himself into a hole. And has limited some of the success of his team in ways because he throws fits when he doesn't get the ball. He gets frustrated when he doesn't get the ball, and then he has little outbreaks like this. And I know it's not all of his fault, but other players see that. They're gonna get in your head, buddy. Like, they know that.
Yeah,
So
he definitely is affecting the team, and the penalties are all too common. Often they actually happen in close games. This one ended up being, I think it was 2 scores
too
at the
late.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it has happened in the past where that 15 yards really screws the Seahawks.
Yeah. Okay, I have a great question here. Who is more immature this week? DK Metcalf or Patrick Mahomes?
Honestly, Patrick Mahomes.
Seconded. Seconded. Thank you. The fact that you can throw a literal fit on the sideline and then go to Josh Allen, not even say good game, nothing, just God, that was the worst fucking call I've ever seen in my life.
As
And
if
then
Josh
move on.
Allen, as as if Josh Allen hasn't had terrible calls before. That was the funny thing. It's like he's like,
Yeah.
this only happens to me, like sort of thing. It was like, what?
It was just such a narcissistic, like, bitch move. Like, bro, like, grow up.
I know.
Like, I'm sorry that you didn't win against the Bills. Like, I'm sorry that your team can't line up with the ref that you've been doing since you were in elementary school. Everyone knows that rule. It's not hard to, put a finger up. Hey, am I on? They still do it in the NFL. It's not hard.
Heck,
It's
we do it.
stupid.
You guys do it in intramurals when we were
Yeah.
playing intramurals. Like, no.
I'm with you. Super immature. And then the presser too after the game, like he didn't calm down at all because he brought it
No.
straight to the press,
Even
bagging on the
Andy
refs.
Reid.
Yep. And the thing that kills me is like his excuse was it ruined greatness. The ref threw the flag as soon as the play started, didn't know, what was going to transpire on that play. And, remember last year in the Super Bowl when the Eagles got that holding call or the PI call late in the game,
Yep.
where are you going to bitch about it then? When it's on the line, you can't call a flag. If it's a penalty, it's a penalty. I don't care what stage of the game it's at. And when you're lined up with the damn near linebackers, you're offsides on offense. I'm sorry.
There was like
Yeah.
2 yards in between him and Jawan Taylor.
Yeah.
When you look at it, like you could have thrown a penalty on Jawan Taylor for being in the backfield.
Honestly, I also think that, like Caden said, it's one thing if the ref would have thrown it late. If he would have thrown it after the play, if he would have said, "Oh, he was offsides after the play," he didn't. He threw it right away. Like, what do you? He was only mad about it because it resulted in a touchdown. If that play had just been, I don't know, a completion to Travis Kelce at the 30-yard line, I don't think he talks about it as much.
No, he doesn't. In fact, that was his point, though, to be fair. But are we going to rate this game? We got to rate this game.
I don't know. This game, like, it was entertaining, but it wasn't as entertaining as I would have liked it to be, honestly. But
So,
I'll still say grab your popcorn.
I think it was kind of a Mediterranean Sea. I don't think it was really good football overall. Just a exciting ending with that transpired. But the Bills are up to a 14-0 lead to start. Chiefs didn't really play good, and the Bills couldn't put them away. They settled for field goals, and it wasn't as good of a game as I thought it could have been or should have been.
Definitely wasn't as good as we've seen. That's for sure.
It should have been a grab your popcorn game, and it was a Mediterranean Sea. I don't think we need to talk about it anymore either. I think you guys have hit on all of it. So,
yeah.